Hi, welcome to my video. I'm Jennifer Roberts. You're catching me on my YouTube channel, True Divine 44. You're getting me on my Bitchute channel, True Divine 44, the True Divine for both Instagram and Twitter, and True Divine 44 for Facebook. If you would like any personal readings or any energy work sessions or any spiritual guidance, you can hook up with me at truedivinemedia@gmail.com, or you can get me on private message through the Facebook business page, True Divine 44. This is where I put out the free content to help support, guide, and inspire, and just give back to the collective, following my path, knowing what I have to do. I combine the tarot work that I do and the energy work that I do to give you a reading of the day, to give you a knowing of the energies that may be around you, within you, and within others, to help you navigate your day to your highest potential. I love any comments, and I appreciate the input of everybody who does leave comments regarding the readings and the energies and what's happening in their space. It's so important that we share right now as a collective. It's so important that we converse with each other and open up dialogue where dialogue is being locked down, shut down, shadowed. It's important that we work together to do this. So I'm just very grateful that you all come here to the space that I've opened up here and help us get to know one another more, and be able to see from the different lenses of each other's viewpoints as to what is going on right now on any given day. So this is for the 23rd of December 2020, leading up to a holiday season that is strange, to say the least, this year for a lot of people, for most people. So hopefully this will give us some insight as to what is going on in these intense times. So for the 23rd of December 2020, we have the first card being the Emperor card. This is a major arcana, number 4, very, very powerful energy. Now, the first thing that comes up for me right now, looking at this card, is to look at the throne. It's a very square, firm, sturdy throne. We see that this man has a very long white beard, and so this shows a maturity, a wisdom. He has what he would see as a very heavy crown, and this would represent the weight of the role that he plays within his reality and within others that are under him. He also has this scepter in his other hand, which again is heavy. There's the weight of the world on his shoulders, and so this is an energy that does not rule by compassion, does not rule very much by emotions, but rules more by intellect and being able to dissect and observe and act upon that. Yet there is a great reliance still in the wisdom of the 4 to know gut feelings and look at gut feelings. So very good in business, and because he can be very analytical, but at the same time does not ignore these intuitive gut feelings, knowing that that is partly what has gotten him to this throne. And so we see right now, the first thing that comes to mind after that is that the alignment that Saturn and Jupiter did was very, very powerful. I had to take a day out yesterday from doing readings. I even cancelled a personal reading, well, rearranged one, because I just needed that time to, one, get the messages that I was getting from my true self, and two, to just absorb the energies that had occurred and are still occurring over the solstice time on the 21st. And so for me, I look through the planets, the lenses of the planet. I try to look through the lens of people when I'm reading for them. I look through the lens, their perspective. And for me, there has been a real hijack of this realm, of the systems that have been built up. And for me, we are looking at and have been under what would be the emperor with no clothes. In that there has been this illusion of wisdom, of ruling with a wanting for the best of the collective, that these thrones have been hijacked and veiled, and all of the gold and ordaining and money that goes behind these people who have hijacked these various different thrones throughout all of these systems, from royalty to science to presidents to MPs. They've all been part of this hijack, and so we see with the planets, Saturn being the lawmaker, Big Daddy Saturn coming in with the authority. Now, for me, it is as above, so below, yes, but we have got this supportive energy, even in these very difficult times. We've got this supportive energy as in the as above, so below. But we do need to take up our throne. We do need to take up our sovereignty. We can't expect salvation from anything outside of self, even the planets. But we can engage with the supportive energies of each other and even the planet beings. So where Saturn and Jupiter came into an astonishing alignment that supposedly happened 800 years ago, we see that, for me, Saturn, it's not that Saturn is in agreement even with the kind of throne hijackers that have been in rule for so long. It's that the realization of this does not work. This does not. For me, it felt, when I was looking through the lens of Saturn, in that the feeling of injustice, of being reflected in this realm below, in the way that it is being reflected, that this is what authority means, this is what law should mean, this is what order should mean. And this sorrow in Saturn, to see that what Saturn does very well in creating order and an energy of authority, but an energy of safety also, a daddy energy. It's just as reflective in our 3D realm here, in that there's this sorrow of being reflected in that way, being represented in that way. And so this alignment is super powerful, in that it's the feeling that Saturn is saying, oh, no, 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 no. This is not the energy that I give. This is not the energy that I infuse into these thrones. I don't do it that way. And so what would seem like very opposing energies coming together, that Jupiter comes together with Saturn, where Saturn likes to have the equations and the methodical energy. Jupiter comes in, and it's out of the box thinking, and for freedom and for abundance. For me, I felt that these energies were working together. For me, I felt that these, one second, excuse me, these energies were working together, and it's for us to take up that and the passing on the torch, but giving us the supportive energy to say that just as below, we are working together above to lift the shackles, to lift the veil, for you to see that these thrones are the emperor with no clothes thrones. They are not the real thrones. The real thrones reside within each and every one of you. And so the energy of today is that you take back that authority. You take back your own throne, your own dignity, your own wisdom, and you start relying on your gut. But also you use this energy of this methodical thinking, of picking apart of why, and the questioning of self, of why am I still in any kind of support? Because this one is better than this one, or, well, yes, they did this, but it was for this. Why am I still going with that rationale when I can achieve and demand so much more from this experience for myself and for the collective? And so to be more discerning for sure today regarding that. We see with this card, it is, and the time that we are in, this is where the difficulty starts, because this is where we see that the very things that still people are so attached to, so indoctrinated to be attached to, um, that we've been played, that these various actors have been put in place. I want to bring up Israel and China. And I want to bring up the fact that we have the 10 of Swords here with this Emperor card. And even the people that they have had on show, as in Mr. T and Mr. B, even the people that they've had on show have been sold down the river by these two strongholds. With this 10 of Swords, there really is this movement to dethrone those that they've even supported thus far, because that has been part of the plan, to divide the people, to have the people believing and hoping in something outside of themselves. This is the art of war. We see that they are having a huge part to play today regarding trying to take down the Emperor energy of Iran. But it feels rushed. It feels like the universal energies have been a little bit ahead of those that are trying to engage with those energies in order to take over. And so with this rush, we have this opportunity. It's as if they've had to rush their plans forward. We have this opportunity in our individual lives to finally say no, to finally, in our individual lives, in all aspects of our individual lives, take back our authority and not just compromise anymore, but to say, this is how I want my life to look, and this is how it will look. These are the people I will have in it. These are the people I will not have in it. This is the energy where I will be around. This is the energy I will not be around. Because if we can't do that in our individual lives, then this takeover, I've got to say, and I know I would get more subscribers. I know I would get more, praise if I came on here and do what I love doing, and being spiritual and enlightening and uplifting. And I hope I can still be that. But at the same time, I always promised I would be real. I always promised I would speak out what I was given to speak out. And this is important. This is a time for, of course, finding the bliss in life, of course, finding the happiness in life, but not to be complacent anymore. Complacency is what got us here. And this is a window of opportunity to stop what would be and will be one of the darkest takeovers, where the universal energies are screaming out to us and supportive of us to take back our authority, to start living by natural law, to start living by our own discernment, our own gut feeling. Like always, these people in the background that have pretended to be friends of leaders, that have pretended to be friends of countries, are trying to hijack this next cycle. Everything about this next cycle is about freedom. It's about thinking outside of the box. It's about feeling as being as part of the collective. It's about being part of the many, an individual, and having your individualism, but being able to bring that to the many and being able to have that mean something, to build new, to go back to natural law, to go back to your own discernment. But there are still people saying that, what can we do? How can we fix this? How can we? There's a real energy with this 10 of Swords of really needing to do letting go. Not just letting go a little bit, but then clinging on to some of the system a little bit, some hope in it, some way, somehow, but really letting go. And a lot of that could be heartbreaking, because a lot of that means that you are in authority of yourself, and everything about this system has indoctrinated us to always be looking outside of self, always be hoping outside of self. And so, like I said, I know that, I could probably build even more business if I was coming on. And I do mix it up and talk, because it's just as important to talk about the love and light, the enlightenment. But we cannot begin to imagine the darkness that will occur if yet again we are too complacent, if yet again we are too compromising in our individual lives about our own authority, about being our own emperor, or whether it and or the compromising on what we will put up with the people who are getting paid a lot of money and given a lot of accolade, a lot of power to supposedly guide us. So it really is a challenging day to self, to bring about this Ten of Swords in your own life, to create this this finality and this authority in your own life of what you will and will not accept, what you want to see and what you do not want to see in your own life. It's a real, the time is now. And the reason it's intense is because I've had these visions of where things are going if we continue down this timeline. If we continue to believe in the various psyopses that are going on regarding the division of the support of leaders, it has to be done now. If you know you've come here with a mission, if you know you've come here as a spiritual warrior, if you've been knowing that you've been having these inner standings, these downloads, this knowledge expansion, then this is another challenge that must be met, to take back that throne, to take back that authority and say no, and see for the psyops, see the psyops for what they are, just that, illusions of power and grandeur. But the more we are complacent, the more we give into it, it becomes far less of an illusion and much more a reality. So where they're trying to use and abuse and dethrone the puppets that they have up in the stages to divide people in various directions, we need to harness that. We need to say to Jupiter, to Saturn, okay, we absorb that energy. And regardless of even our differences as individuals, we are going to work together, as you are working together, to try and infuse this reality with a balance. There's a window here that we have to rebalance things. So we've got why is number 5 coming up? 5 has just come up there. Midpoint. We have 5 years. We have 5 years. And within that 5 years, the psyopses are going to be real. There's going to be slight relief, that certain leaders might get back in or stay in. But that is part of the psyop. They'll actually sell that person down the river too. And that's the combination of Israel and China. And so we have these 5 years not to be relieved and complacent when we have some kind of seemingly reprieve, but actually to really take up this mantle for ourselves and combat this, because 5 years is what we have to do so. And obviously the more we go into that 5 years, the harder it is going to be to lift the shackles that are being placed around so many countries right now. Look out for Iran. I've brought up Iran quite a few times. there's real amping up of the attacks on there. They're trying to incite and infuse that with war. So look out for those planes, those submarines that I saw a few weeks ago, I think it was. Lost track of time. That is ramping up. Leave a comment if you come across things like that. So we've got the 10 of Wands next, and this is yet another 10, the ending of a hard cycle and the beginning of a new. And this is where I really feel Iran, that they are trying to, Iran's really trying to hold space to not retaliate. And they're being, like chess, sort of locked into a place today. There's things happening, there's strategies happening. That are really sort of trying to push into a checkmate situation where Iran has to retaliate. Now, this is where you might see Russia is, I just feel, as usual, waiting to see who to back, waiting to see which way to go. But we do see, look out for the hidden hand of Israel, the hidden hand of Israel with China, manipulating things, as particularly in America, to go and attack Iran or try to incite Iran into some kind of retaliation. We've got the 7 of Wands to clarify the 10 of Wands. So this is a defensive position. This is a position of needing to defend yourself, but things are coming from all angles. Now, so in your individual lives, this is occurring in a lot of our lives right now, particularly if you are of the light, particularly or if you are a spiritual warrior and you are challenging the narrative. It's as if like a magnet, you know, what you are wanting to see and challenge on the collective stage is being attracted into your own life today to also have to retract attacks. I've felt this, and so it's difficult to navigate, and the strategy in play, and there's quite a few different players. And so you might find that you're in a similar position to me, where you're looking from all angles. The energy here is to be very strict and discerning and very authoritative with that Emperor card. Very clear that this is not going to be, you're not going to be incited into this, that this is going to be an ending of particular cycles and whatever these people that are coming to you represent in those cycles. You know, there needs to be, but there's nastiness here, and in some cases there is some magic here. And so be really authoritative over your own space, over your own energy. Be very protective of your energy, of your magic, and watchful of being tricked into a situation. And so dealing with this in our individual lives also puts out the energy, and we also, in doing this and dealing with this with strategy and wisdom and gut intuition, we do infuse that energy through our electromagnetic being into the collective stage. We give back that energy of, no, we will not be incited, we will not be tricked, we will not be pulled into something to fit your narrative. And so we're seeing that on the collective stage. So in doing that in our individual lives, whoever this resonates with, then we are actually also directly challenging the authority and the energies that are trying to do this on the collective stage. So you see how it's so important to deal with it in your own life if you want to be a spiritual warrior for the collective in a similar situation on a grander scale. So Iran's being very careful today, being very poised. They want Iran. They want the artifacts that are there. They want something in particular that is there that would wake up a lot of people as to what and who we are, and what powers we hold. And so there's that. There's also the fact that the land is very fertile for various different reasons, and also the fact that it is very big. Iran might combine with Russia. That might be a wild card. It's very deep, but we must not back it. We must make a big noise. Whatever you can do today, write all over social media, on Twitter, write to the president, write to email, whoever you can, to make sure they know they have not got your permission, that they have not got your backing to go into yet another war for hidden reasons. Do whatever you can to make that noise so that they know they have it in writing, they have it in a verbal contract, they have it in energy contract, that you do not consent to any more bloodshed. You do not consent to any more takeovers of thrones, of countries, of people. The next card is the Fool card. It's deep today, wow. So the Fool card here, you can see it's all of the, if you look at it, it's you've got all of the four cards, the four suits again, representing this material experience, especially with that Emperor being at the top of this reading here. And we see the Masonic symbolism in this card with the checkered floor. With the ladder behind, we've got all sorts in there that represents the Masonic symbolism. And so to a great extent, that's the clarifying card, sorry. I want to go through that first though. To a great extent, we have been having to navigate ourselves in what is a lot of the systems are built up from Masonic values. Again, that I've got very loved ones that are part of this, but you know, I'd feel that even they don't know how hijacked their belief system is, that their secret club has been, that it does not represent anything hardly to do with what it was built for and what it represented when it was built. We see here like this almost this old Templar energy challenging this hijacked Masonic system. But even they have been usurped, even they have been used to build these systems. And this thing, I've got to say, with Israel is, you know, that they have used and even infused themselves in these secret societies, in these religious belief systems, in these governmental systems. And so again, this is the challenge that we have been actually here experiencing a reality that they have manifested, a reality and all of the blissful and opposing energies that we have experienced. We've experienced that through this Masonic value system, which has been a veil, which has been not how it should be. And of course, there are blissful moments in that with the Fool card. The Fool finds the blissful moments in life, i.e. that there has been money infused to build good things. Yes, those good things are used for bad too, like this internet that I'm talking to you from right now. And this is about us bringing that to light and knowing that we can build those kind of things. We can build this kind of openness and use technology for good, and use even science for good. But you know, to let go of the fact that we need these so-called powers that be to provide them or run them or be them. So the Fool card goes forward, knowing that there is obstacles along the way, knowing that there are some harsh lessons, knowing that there might be some harsh times, but goes forward nonetheless, and is fully absorbed in the experience and is fully absorbed with the joy, the bliss, and even the pain that each experience brings. And so For a lot of you that are feeling despondent today, for a lot of you that are feeling drained today, this has been part of the plan to drain you, spiritual warriors, to pull the plug out of your energy, to have you leaking in all different directions so that you're not this balanced, strong state that they fear so much. I want to tell you today that you're going to get an energy burst, about midday, whatever time that is for you. Um, there's going to be this energy burst that I can feel that is the Fool energy that just says, you know what? I'm here anyway. I'm not giving up. And this infusion of energy comes. And this is why you are spiritual warriors. This is why you are here and doing what you're doing. And so I just want to say that that is going to happen for many of you. And again, you're going to get up, you're going to feel determined, you're going to take that authority of the throne. And I just want you to amp up that feeling, feed into that feeling, build on that energy boost that you get, to be the energy of the Fool card, to go on regardless, guided by your intuition. And so this is a beautiful thing today. And this is the resilience of the spiritual warriors that are here. And we do have this resilience, we do have this resolve. And they can try and drain as much as they like, but we see these windows of opportunities and we're damn sure going to take them. And so this is the Fool energy. And this is the gift to you from the universe, from yourself to yourself, from me to you, from me to me. This is the energy that we have to absorb today. And we have the choice to fully be enveloped with that and build on it. And so to clarify that very, very, very powerfully, we've got the Temperance card. And so another major arcana, and you see here that the Temperance card, for me, actually always is the Aquarius card, the water bearer, that even though it's an air sign. And the Temperance card being Aquarius, and people thinking it's a water sign in a lot of cases. And it's more the fact for me that this is a powerful air sign, but it's a joyous air sign. It's an air sign that finds the bliss that and knows the importance of the words that it speaks over itself. You see here the exchange of the two chalices and the water that is being passed from one to the other. This is the transmutation of energies from even the most negative energies into something positive that gives this Fool this energy boost that is very much needed. And so this is talking about the air, the Aquarius, actually having the wisdom to know, to speak power into your inner waters, to speak wisdom into your inner waters, to speak joyous, uplifting words rather than self-deprecating words or loss words or lack words, because it's the wisdom to know that this is how you transmute the energy. You speak to your internal waters. We are mostly made up of water. So when we speak with our wisdom to our internal waters, power, we immediately start building the most beautiful, powerful, symmetrical crystals. And I always see this halo on this card behind this being as a crystal, a water crystal that is being built up through the transmutation of the energies through the waters. So it's connecting air with water, it's connecting intellect with emotion, it's connecting wisdom with intuition. You feel it in your waters. And so this is where we find the balance. This is where, when we're feeling at a loss, when we're feeling like giving up, this is where we find the wisdom to know that we are a self-cleaning oven. We have been built in such a beautiful way in spirit, but this physical body also, when we use it right, we are that self-cleaning oven. We are that self-replenishing, I don't know, the horses the other day, and given them some treats, and then the bag got empty. It was just carrots, but the bag got empty. And Queenie, adorable, big, huge Queenie, is looking at this bag, willing it to just, and truly believing that this bag would fill up again. Because it does, we go down with another bag the next day, but she didn't equate that. She just looked at this bag, and with everything in her, she's willing it to fill up with carrots again. because this is where the carrots come from. There was no disbelief that a carrot wouldn't appear, no nothing. And then I noticed that I had another carrot there right in the bottom of the bag. And of course, there it is. And I just thought, this is how children are so good at transmuting energy, because they are so focused and they don't have any disbelief in themselves that they can will something to happen. And invariably it does. And this is that Aquarius temperance card, to have that knowing and the joy and lightness of the Fool, to just know that whatever opposing energies are being created around you or within you, you have the capacity and power to have that laser focus and will a different energy from the energy that you're transmuting. So this power today is really ramping up in a lot of you. And this is exactly what is needed right now. And it is a beautiful, beautiful thing, and very intense. So look out for that energy boost today. I'll will it for you, just like Queenie the horse. And I'll be laser focused today for all of you, that you engage with and gain from that energy boost that I'll be putting out there for sure. But I know for some reason it's just going to be there. And so on the bottom of the deck, we've got the Page of Wands. So this again is the flowing, mutable energy of not being so fixed in these fake illusionary thrones that have been built up around us, but taking notice of the elements around you, the elements within others around you, the elements within nature around you. And just like the animals, they don't have a weather person coming on the TV every day to tell them when to take shelter, to tell them when to collect more berries, but they are just observant and in connection with nature. So they instinctively know that it's going to be a harsh winter to collect more berries. It's going to be quite a light winter, so they can not work as hard. They can be outside more. They're taking charge of their own divinity, yes, but they're working in connection with nature. And this is where we've become disconnected because of these hijackers, because of these throne thieves. We've become disconnected from being able to be in true connection with the elements within us and the elements just around us in order to chart our course forward. Now, the Page of Wands takes a message forward. The Page of Wands is on a mission, but is not fixed as to how it gets there. It has that point of focus, but it is like the Fool card, very happy to experience things along the way and take more notice of the experience than the laser focus of what it is going towards, what you are going towards. On the bottom of the other deck, we have the Page of Wands again. So a repetitive message, a very important message, to be in flow today, to be mutable, to be able to discern and feel your way through, but in a passionate way, and take that message of freedom and hope forward. Hi, Theodore.
This is my axe.
Your axe is bringing baby magic. We need to go and chop some wood, don't we, with that real axe outside. So
this is just a toy axe.
That's just a toy axe, yeah, but you can pretend with Mummy.
Yep.
So that is the reading for the 23rd of December 2020. Wow, intense. I hope that infused you with the knowledge that you needed today.
She did say it was a show. So
yes.
That means long.
Yes, yeah, it's done now though. So I hope that helps you today, and I hope you navigate your day to the most and highest potential. Please leave a comment. Let me know how you're getting on, how this resonated with you. If you haven't already subscribed, please tap the subscribe button and share this and encourage others to be a part of what we're doing here, because this isn't just my place. This is a place that you guys are all building together, and it's exciting and inspiring. And we love those people, don't we, Theodore? Yes,
and
come and say some words, because Mummy did an intense reading, so your baby magic will be beautiful.
If you are on an Xbox and don't have your own account and you can't subscribe or save it, just get your own account. But if you don't know, ask someone which knows.
Yeah, you can ask someone.
Because I've got mine account.
Yes.
I've got my Spider-Man pajamas on.
You love those Spider-Man, don't you? Yeah. Okay then, so that's the 23rd of December 2020. I'll be back hopefully with some writing on the wall videos, but I'll be doing some things over the Christmas. I'm not going to leave you hanging, and it'll be great to catch up with you over this holiday season and find out how everybody's getting on, won't it? Yes.
And don't forget to write your Christmas list.
Yeah, don't forget to write your Christmas.
Yeah, it's almost Christmas.
Because it's almost Christmas. Yay! Say rock on.
Rock on.
Okay, I love you all. Stay balanced
If
and
I had
stay
guitar,
whole.
if I had
Mwah.
guitar, I can actually do that.
With a guitar. Yeah. Yeah, we should get a guitar. Rock on. Yeah? Okay, that's what we'll do. Okay, say bye.
Bye. Wait, I learned this new word.